All right, well, 7 million Americans live with Alzheimer's. It's both a struggle for them and their caregivers.
According to a new report, 70% of caregivers say coordinating treatment for their loved ones is stressful. And this weekend, there's a day-long event offering tools and encouragement to family caregivers. Joining us from the Arc Lounge to talk more about this event is Dr. Carl Hill, the Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer for the Alzheimer's Association. Doctor, thanks for coming in this morning.
Oh, great to be here with you.
Nice to have you with us. So before we get into the event itself, give us some information on the number of caregivers here in Washington and about how many hours do they generally put in to caring for their loved one?
I tell you, really good information this year from the Alzheimer's Facts and Figures report. And we know this year there are 126,000 people living with Alzheimer's here and 247,000 unpaid caregivers, right? And so it's really important to provide these families and caregivers with resources and support because as you mentioned in our annual Alzheimer's and dementia special report, we found that caregivers are stressed. Caregivers need support and access to important resources, and so we're really excited about the Journey Conference tomorrow to get these resources to people that can use them.
Yeah, Dr. Hill, we're going to circle back to the conference in a bit, but I want to follow up on something you just mentioned. You said that these caregivers, they're feeling a lot of stress, and according to that report you mentioned, 70% of them say that offering this care is stressful. What would you say are some of those main stressors for the caregivers?
I tell you, navigating healthcare, is really difficult. Finding resources and support that caregivers need is important. Information about Alzheimer's and dementia. It's critical that, there's a 24/7 helpline, which the Alzheimer's Association has, or just help coordinating care and communication with different specialists, with geriatricians or neurologists. And so the Alzheimer's Association, our chapter here in Washington, is in place to provide that care and support for those that need it.
And doctor, there are unique challenges that caregivers in BIPOC communities face. What are some of those?
Well, I tell you, navigating, multiple domains, serving as a parent or, working in a job where you have to devote, more than 40 hours a week, but also providing care for someone with Alzheimer's and dementia. And then there's the, stress of, perceiving and experiencing bias in the dementia care system, right? And so, feeling like one would belong in receiving care and seeking care is so important. And that's the kind of information that we'd like to share with the participants on Saturday.
All right, so let's talk about it. All this information really puts perspective on why this event is happening at Shoreline Community College, and it sounds really important. Talk with us about the Bilingual Family Caregiver Conference and what services are going to be provided.
Well, we're really excited to have partners there, and so with the Alzheimer's Association, our diversity, equity, and inclusion arm of our organization is all around partnership. So we've worked with AARTH, Gen Pride, CMAR, the Chinese Information Service Center, Canon, just so many of our partners will be there tomorrow to really relay this information in the best ways for it to be effective. That's what health equity is considering how to get resources to communities and families in the ways that they could best utilize it, in their language, in their community, with partners that they trust. And so we're really excited about the magic that will happen tomorrow during the Journey Conference.
So much important information available at that conference tomorrow. Doctor, thanks again for coming into the Arc Lounge this morning.
Looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Thank you for having me.
All right, if you'd like more information on that event that is happening tomorrow at Shoreline Community College, we've made it easy for you. Just scan that QR code on your screen using your cell phone's camera. It's right there. That will take you directly to KOMOnews.com/hotlinks. From there, you'll find a link to that event if you want to sign up and get more information about when it happens. My mom worked as a caregiver for a number of years, not just dealing with folks who had Alzheimer's or dementia, but other health conditions. And there is a lot of stress involved, especially when you're trying to navigate getting care for someone, making sure that they're getting the proper care or the resources that they need for medications and insurance coverage and all that kind of stuff. It's a very stressful position to be in.
Absolutely, and I can kind of speak from personal experience as well.
Yeah.
My uncle, my great uncle, had dementia, and I just saw the stress firsthand from my family members that were helping take care of him, and also the nurses that would come over. And, when someone is dealing with dementia, that's tough, or even Alzheimer's, it's difficult. They're losing their memory. They're not in their I guess their normal or right minds as they used to be, and sometimes my uncle would get a little cranky and just different things that come with it.
Yeah.
And the caregivers at some points were just like, I need a break. I gotta get out of here. They want to do their jobs, but they also want to be taken care of too. So I'm glad that they're having this conference tomorrow.
Yeah, they're such debilitating conditions, and so many people suffer from them as well in our community.
Yeah.